Thanks for joining us on 9 News Plus. I'm Chris Bianchi. The Denver Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals, and they came out of Game 1 on Tuesday night with a nervy, and I mean nervy, but still satisfying 132-126 Game 1 W, and it was mainly powered by Nikola Jokic with a triple-double midway through the third quarter. Joining us for a look back at Game 1 and a preview of Game 2 and beyond, 9 News Sports is Jacob Tobey, who's out there at Ball Arena, and he's been closely following the Nuggets all season long. Jacob, first of all, those takeaways from Game 1, it was nervy, wasn't it? But they got the job done.
They got the job done. Michael Malone talked about it after the game. He said, hey, a win is a win is a win, no matter how it comes, no matter when it comes. And that's the most important thing. He kind of ended his press conference by saying that Darvin Ham, who is the Lakers head coach, would, much rather be in his position, right? Obviously, up 1-0 than rather down 0-1, because, the Lakers have been talking about maybe they found something in that second half to make it closer. They're more confident in, that's a great feeling to have. But again, you're going to want to be up 1-0 rather than down 0-1. So, yeah, man, it was a crazy first half. They're up, 17 at halftime, I think, up by 21 at the start of the third quarter. And Jokic is playing out of his mind in front of a national TV audience. The Western Conference Finals, first time it's been here in Denver since 2009. So, everything was going great, and then the Lakers switched things up defensively and gave Joker a bit more of a challenge, and the Nuggets couldn't run as much on the fast break. They only scored 2 fast break points in the second half compared to 17 in the first half. And when they're defending and when they're out in transition and they're running, that's when they're their best. We saw that in games 5 and 6 against the Phoenix Suns in the second round, and that kind of stopped in the second half of this game last night here at Ball Arena. But somehow, some way, they found a way to win. They talked about their composure, their poise. Coach Malone loves his team for that reason. They don't get too rattled. And they're up 1-0 in the series. They'll take it. They'll make adjustments, and Game 2 is right back here, same time, same place, tomorrow night.
Yeah, Thursday night, Game 2, Nuggets and Lakers, of course, best of 7, so first team to 4, Nuggets up 1-0, as you mentioned. You mentioned the second half and the defensive adjustments by the Lakers. What specifically did they do, and does that leave you concerned heading into Game 2, or does it make you a bit more optimistic the Nuggets were able to overcome that still?
Yeah, so they had Anthony Davis guarding Nikola Jokic, and it was, a big man battle back and forth. Davis drops 40 points in this game, Nikola Jokic with a triple-double. But they switched up in the second half. They put bench players named Rui Hachimura, who they traded for at the trade deadline. Defender, young guy, really, aggressive on defense, really hungry for the moment. And they put him on Jokic, and they let, Davis kind of roam around, kind of be a free safety, if you will, kind of like what Justin Simmons does with the Broncos. He's a safety, kind of waits in that, secondary area, that backfield area, and kind of surveys the land. That's what Anthony Davis was doing, and frees him up to help him, and to help everyone else on the defense, to help other coverages. So that really kind of threw the Nuggets off a little bit. But again, they've seen all the coverages that that Jokic could possibly have. So I don't think they're too rattled about it. They'll make adjustments and be better in Game 2.
Well, okay, Nikola Jokic, we haven't talked about him yet. Oh my word, what a game he had. You mentioned it. He had, I said this at the start, that he had a triple-double midway through the third quarter. I think he had 12 rebounds the first quarter alone. I mean, we've all talked about Nikola Jokic ad nauseum at this point, but the game he had last night was something else, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe it was his 4th time posting a game of 30-plus points, 15-plus rebounds, and 10-plus assists. Or rather, 30 points, 15 rebounds, and 10 assists in a playoff game. The 4th time he's done that in his career. That's the most anybody has ever done it. The dude just continues to check off all these boxes of these stats that you wouldn't think, that he could accomplish. He's checking them off. He's passing Wilt Chamberlain on the triple doubles list, left and right. It's wild, and I think it's cool to see that, now it's being played out in front of a national audience, right? And the Western Conference Finals, the second biggest stage in all of basketball, the finals being the biggest stage. And that's all he's focused on, man, is wanting to win a championship. But we just talked to Bruce Brown today, he goes, yeah, man, Nikola's the MVP. Should have won the MVP. He's the best player in the world. All the guys say it after every game. He's the best player in the world. And I think people are coming around to it finally after seeing the game that he had. And the thing about Joker that was different last night was that he was so aggressive going towards the bucket. I mean, really, like, he could lead the league in scoring if he so chose to. Like, he's averaging 30 plus points or close to it in the playoffs, and he could do that in the regular season. Joel Embiid was the scoring leader this season at 30 points per game. He won the MVP. Like, Joker could do that same thing if he wanted to, but he's about getting his teammates involved and passing and doing all the little things as well. So it's remarkable to be here in person and watch it every single night. And I've been fortunate to do that, for this last couple of years I've been here at Nine News, and it's amazing. He's the best player in the world, and he's showing it. And he's doing it against Anthony Davis, who's a great defender, and LeBron James, who's maybe the best to ever do it. And LeBron gave him his praise before game one, and we'll see if they can stop him in game two and beyond, right? I mean, can he carry it into games 3 and 4 on the road? In Crypto.com Arena, in LA, on the road in the Western Conference Finals. He's been in the Western Conference Finals before, but that was during the NBA COVID bubble. So he hasn't really experienced traveling for a Western Conference Finals game. And so that'll be interesting to see what happens in LA coming up over the weekend.
I guess Jamal Murray, another point of, I wouldn't say contention, but he was obviously a question mark heading into game one. He had the ear infection, so I think he said post-game that he developed back on Saturday. Do we expect him to be healthier for game number 2? He still dropped, by the way, 31 points game one.
Yeah, I mean, ear infection, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know how long. I'll have to get Dr. Coley out here. I don't know how long those last. Yeah, and maybe ask her how long he'll have that for. Maybe a couple weeks. And he probably had it. I think he started getting sick after game 5, and sort of it really played out in game 6. Whether he was going to play or not, but he did. And he said he was always going to play. And I didn't expect anything less from him in game 1. I figured he would play. He's a tough kid. He wants to win. Aaron Gordon talked about it after the game. He goes, man, he's a fighter. He just wants to win. He'll do anything to win. And so I don't think they doubted he would play either. He drops, 30 plus points. And he's showing the world again, man. The Nuggets are showing the world what they're made of. And Jamal, when healthy, thinks he's a top 5 guard in the NBA. And I agree with that. And he's showing it, right? And no matter if he's sick or if he's coming off his ACL or whatever, I mean, he's doing it night in and night out. So, yeah, it was can the Lakers stop the 2-man game? I mean, we continue to see the struggles of that 2-man game between the Joker and Murray. And can the Lakers find a way to stop that? Because it's still going. The pick and roll is still going. They're really good at that. And they've been doing it, since 2015? 2016. So the chemistry they have is unreal. And I talked about this on Overtime last week. Shameless plug to watch 9 News Sports Overtime at 10:35 on Sunday nights. I talked about it in my commentary. These guys have been together for almost a decade. Malone's been here almost a decade with the same coaching staff. The core guys, you talk about Jokic, Murray, Porter. They've been here almost a decade together. Now, there's been injuries there, and that's why they've kind of not hit their ceiling, but everything's gone right this year. And you're seeing the chemistry really, excel. And the players are obviously getting better. Nikola's gotten much better than he was 2 years ago when he was in the COVID bubble. LeBron said it. He's just gotten better. It's that simple. He's just gotten better. And this whole team has just risen to a standard that, hopefully is set for years to come.
Well, to that, we're going to let you get on out of here, Jacob, because you're playing here, or you're partaking here on your day off. So we're going to let you get out of here, but Jacob, we put you on the spot. What happens game 2? What happens with the series?
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to people last night before the game. Hey, what do you think? What do you think? Everyone was kind of expecting the Lakers to win. They had won the previous first game of the last 2 series on the road, too. I mean, they've been on the road. They've not had home court advantage this playoff series. So everyone was expecting them to win last night. I didn't see that. I didn't see it being what it was in the first half, like a blowout, but it ended up being a close game regardless. I thought it would be a close game throughout. I probably think the Lakers get game 2.
Ooh.
I know that's not what Nuggets fans want to hear, but they're going to make adjustments. LeBron's going to turn it up a notch. Whenever you think LeBron is at that peak, there's always another notch that he has. That's why he's maybe the best to ever do it, other than Jordan. Or maybe he's the best to do it, regardless. Well, that's a different discussion for a different day. And maybe Jokic will be there one day. Who knows? He has to win a title first, and he's trying to do that this year. I think the Nuggets get it done. I think it's going to go 7. I think we're back here, Game 7, whatever that date is. I think it's May 28th, Game 7 would be at Ball Arena. But I think the Nuggets end up going to their first NBA Finals and trying to win their first NBA championship. If they can't stop Joker, and if the bench plays well for the Nuggets, I don't see how the Lakers lose. But you can't ever count them out with LeBron. But I just think it'll go 7. Like I said, the Nuggets in this aspect have never gone on the road in the Western Conference Finals before in terms of the core players. So how will they deal with that atmosphere? You got celebrities walking around the court in LA all the time. It's different here than it is in LA in terms of the atmosphere. I mean, the crowd here is better, but just the aura of being in the Lakers arena is a little different and special in that sense. So they might struggle out there for a game. So they might come back to Denver tied up 2-2 because I think the Lakers get game 2. Maybe Lakers get game 3, Nuggets get game 4. We're back here game 5 saying it's 2-2 like the Sun series was. And then maybe it's, back and forth until game 7. But I think it goes 7. I think Nuggets win it, and I think they're going to the NBA Finals. Let's go, baby. Come on. You heard it right here.
Hey. You can't – well, I guess you could say it too. I'll say it. Let's go Nuggets. I'm excited by it. But 9 News Sports is Jacob Tobey. It's your day off. Thank you so much for joining us here on 9 News Plus, and we'll see you for Game 2 coming up on Thursday night. Thanks again, man.
All right, no problem, Bianchi. Anything for you, man.